Alright, so now that that's been all cleaned, now we're going to start resurfacing the valves. So what resurfacing the valves does is, you see the silver line that goes around there. So I have a bad angle, but you see that silver line that goes around there. You can see that it has kind of an angle to it. So on here, we have what's called the valve seat. And that's basically where the valve meets the head, the cast, whatever you call it. So we call that the valve seat. So what we need to do is, because these are new, sometimes there can be little indentations on these, so it's not perfectly round. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this paste here. Now we get two different compounds. We get hard compound and we get fine compound. So the first thing we're going to use is the hard. I think that's, yeah, that's what's on here. It says coarse right there. So we're going to use the coarse one first, and that'll be like the main seat. And then fine will make it like smooth and get all the tiny little indentations out. Now there's a certain process we're going to do with this, and a couple little tricks I want to teach you. But the main one right now is oiling the stem when you put it in. Now when you put this in, since we just cleaned it anyway, the holes in there, I forget what you call those. If anyone remembers what they're called, leave a comment down below. But so we have to oil this before we put it in, because we're gonna be spinning this back and forth, kind of like this. So we need to oil this up, because what can happen is it can cause scratches in there, and then those scratches can get hot. It will cause warpage. It'll also probably cause oil leak to get in there. So we don't want that. So I got some high mileage oil down there we can use. That's still good. So we're gonna do that. And these gloves that they gave me for the valve spring compressor, these are kind of like a latex glove. So I'm going to use these for like reassembling the car, using this for oils, because I also got some assembly lube over there, and that'll be put for stuff like these rocker arms. So we'll make sure we put all that on, so that when we first start it, nothing's going to have oil on it right away. So that acts as a pre-lubricant before the oil starts to kick in. So let's go and start that right now, and let's do this. You can see it's like already dark outside. I haven't been doing anything today. Well, that's not true. I have been doing stuff, but just now I'm getting outside. So besides the point, let's get these gloves on, oil these, and let's start resurfacing the valves. New valves. Alright, so now that we've got all our brand new springs and retainers put in there, it still has the stock keepers, but I looked on the internet on many different forums and everyone says that that should be okay. So these have all been changed now. Now what we need to do is we're going to take these apart. These are what we call the rocker arms. So we're going to be taking all of the... get my light fixed. Oh jeez. So we're going to be taking all of these apart, and we're going to be adding engine assembly lube, so that when we go to initially start up, everything runs fine. We're also going to be cleaning all this just with a clean rag. So let's do it.
Sometimes I hear the whisper lonely night. Whatever feeling comes to me, I will always have a place to be.
something I forgot to do last time was changing the lifters in here. So I was a little bit confused because some of the lifters were squishy and some like they would flex, and some of them were like rock hard. So I did some research, and apparently, so when I'll have a diagram, or I'll have a link in the description below of a diagram of how these work. But we'll go check that out so you understand what I'm talking about. But when you start the engine for the first time, they're actually all supposed to be empty. So that's kind of interesting. I also found out that there can be a ticking noise from these lifters, and that kind of made me wonder if that was the ticking that was caused in the back of the engine because something wasn't getting oiled or something like that. So there's a couple different ideas. Maybe what's going on. The only catch though is that I don't think I want to change them because it's $60 to get all new 24. So I mean that's not horrible, but I actually don't have the money to afford that because I had to get some other stuff for the car. I'll also be getting a new distributor, so that's like $170 for a cheap one. I mean not like eBay cheap, but like cheap factory, basically. So I'll be getting a new factory one. So I guess that's that. So I guess what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bleed the oil out of all the injectors. So I have to take all this off again, and then I'll go into explaining, you know, how to do that. All right. So when I push down on here, it's a little bit strange. I can actually feel metal grits in there, like it feels like it's a little bit hard. Now there is a very advanced, or not advanced, but there's a way you can clean these out using like what is it, kerosene. I'll have a link in the description below if you want to watch that, but I think for today I'm just gonna try to get the oil out of these and then maybe buy some more of these later, like in the far future. What I want to try to do is I'm using these pipe cleaners actually, so I can try to get some of that oil out, or get some of that dirty crap out. So I'm just going to keep pumping this. And another trick, if you flip it upside down, you let gravity do the work. I got like oil all over my hands, my gloves. See all that oil coming out now. We're going to take this pipe cleaner out. All that oil. I got these metal clippers, so I'm going to just keep clipping the ends every time I put oil on it. I want to have a clean. I don't want to put the same oil in several times because it will. I don't want any contamination and whatnot. Back in. Keep doing it until you don't hear any more of the squishy oil floating around. Take our piece out. Look at that. That should be good, just like that.
drive us cannot be replaced. It's as if you live at the speed of light. Someday we will go out of sight. All I want is to feel the same as you. No need to overtake you. Maybe I will not see myself in your eyes, as long as we're heading in the same direction. But you taught me the way I can be as I am. That's what I wanted to know more than anything else. I will follow you anytime, anywhere. Any danger or fear I may face, I'm willing to take a risk. I will follow you anytime, anywhere. Any fortune or fame I don't want, they mean nothing to me. Just wanna be with you.
I don't know where you're gonna take me. You make me feel so excited. I don't care no matter what people say.